Hey everyone, and welcome. And today at the club, we have an awesome technical breakdown episode for you. So I hope you're ready for another dive into Star Atlas and the small things we have found. All of this information and analysis was given to us by our amazing analysis team. And for today's subject, we have farming. But let me show you a bit more of what I'm talking about. So here's the analysis image. And as we can see, it's the two Star Atlas farming images that we currently have. But you know what? Let's dive a little bit deeper into the first one. So here we can see a little bit more of all of like the little farming hubs or farming centers that are most likely going to be available to us. So here we can see there's a whole variety that range out there. But do you see there's something very interesting here? They're all done in a circular motion. And I think this is for the fact that the radios that operate or control the drones only have a certain area of effect. And as such, having it in a circular motion brings in the best effort or brings in the best results for the efficiency that they farm at and so on. So, but I mean, over here we can see multiple things, and that's so cool about just one image alone. Over here in the front already, we can see a little bit of like what might be a crew, or even scientists basically. And within this crew, the scientists they're currently taking samples of the product that is over here to make sure that it's not disease-ridden or infected or any pesticides or anything like that as of right now, and they could be taking it back to the lab, or this could be a crew that makes sure to help the people who are within the radio tower operate all of the individual drones effectively. And that's something so cool to think about. But I mean, here alone is on. We've also seen like the cat pets that were offered for crew. Here's a little dog as well that we might be able to get as a crew member, which would be really, really awesome and cute. But other than that, here we can also see that all of the drones that are currently, here's a drone that's harvesting from the land and basically putting into the collector. And we can see over here that the drones, as they're going back and forth over the land, whether it's spraying pesticides or putting down fertilizer or anything of that sort, they all come back to one central point, which is here underneath the farming hub, which will most likely be their recharge station dock, and if they're having malfunctions, the repairs as well that'll probably happen within this area itself and everything. But otherwise, it's just a constant back and forth, which is something so cool to think about. But we not only see over here the drones being harvesters as well, but also carrying containers. So we had the two different ones over here, the one that's currently probably following the one that's in front of it, and they're carrying different size containers. So this could be for additional use in for the land, like maybe it's fertilizer that they add onto the harvesters, and then the harvesters or the drones would basically spread it out afterwards. But you know, we don't really know as of right now, but you know, it's nice to speculate. But here as well is we can see like these little drones out here in the front attending to the land and tending to ensure that the little seedlings or little plants are basically going to be able to prosper in this environment that they are currently in. And it's not only looking after the small little ones, but also the big ones. And we can see that they're either maybe saying like taking analysis of is this product actually ready for harvest, or should it take a little bit longer in order for it to come through. But you know, that's still something really cool to be able to think about as of right now. But over here we can also see a little bit of like some of the bigger transport like vehicles or drones that might be available. So here is one over here, and then here's a transport ship up here in the top left, actually, just behind behind the farming hub. But if we take this and we go across now to the second image, we'll find something very interesting. So as seen in the first image, we have on the right hand side what looks to be exactly the same to like drones or operating vehicles. And then as well as we see the small little the little ship that's over here in this image at the back over here. Now the scale looks a little bit off, but we kind of have an idea as to why this might be. But I'll get to that just now. But here we can see what looks to be a massive greenhouse effect, which is something so cool. So what we thought is like it could be one of multiple options. This could be something that happens within, say, within said farming hub, for instance. And this could be an operation that happens within it. And we can see over here the harvesters that are harvesting. Once again, the little drones that are attending to the fields, ensuring that, you know, everything's going all right. But something that's really cool over here is we can see more so these little power, what these things might be is like little power cells, or how much power the drone currently does have. And as such, it's either, but this could also be measuring the level of storage that it's harvested already. Because if we go from here to this one that's back here, you can see that it's a little bit red over here, which means that this one's power might be a little bit low, or its storage is just, it's just started harvesting as of right now. But other than that, we also see here on the left hand side a small little drone that has a little power symbol above it, which is going in a clockwise rotation. And this might be something that comes alongside the harvesters and recharges them within this massive greenhouse to ensure maximum efficiency within the greenhouse, that it doesn't stop working, that food is being pumped out 24/7. So inside of this greenhouse as well, we can see there's a digital sprinkler system that's inside over here, and it's having its countdown for when the next rain is, and basically I would say that these little drones here in the front help give the analysis or technical feedback that's needed to ensure that the next rains are going to be at the most efficient time. But so it can be a greenhouse effect within one of these little within one of these farming hubs. But what we also thought is this could be a larger tier building, basically for a larger tier land. So tier 5 land claims and so on might have the capability of having an efficient, more so efficient farming technique, which may be this massive greenhouse, instead of having like the farming hubs that might be between let's say like tier 1 to tier 3 land claims, for instance. And in so doing, having it out in the open like this allows for more smaller land claims compared to this one, which may be massive in comparison compared to the previous ones. Because over here we can see this ship that's over here that looks exactly the same as this one that's being presented over here, and the size comparison is this one is dwarfed within the little building itself and everything. And as so we now can see that maybe this is something else apart from that. It's something that's bigger and larger than what is shown here in the first image. But something else that I also thought of is here, because of the farming, they're terraforming the atmosphere and they're terraforming the environment to be habitable by people, and that people can actually live on it and stay on it. But here we may have a planet that is not inhabitable yet, or basically that you can inhabit yet. And so its atmosphere, there is none, or its atmosphere may be gas orientated, and it, in so doing, is harmful. So they rather had another come around that and said, why not have a greenhouse? Why not do a greenhouse effect for this whole thing? And in so doing, now on planets where even if it's a gas planet, or it may not have a proper atmosphere or anything like that, you still have this option in farming, where you'll be able to have a greenhouse effect on the planet and everything. But some of the cooler little things as well is we see like little wind turbines, indoor wind turbines, which may be like a form of helping with either providing circulation or basically being able to provide more power towards the facility. But honestly, I don't think it's going to be so much more in the power aspect as more just providing a form of circulation. But we not only see the wind turbine over here, but we also see it on this image over here. All the way in the background over here, we have 3 little wind turbines here and a little bit more in the back over there. But I believe on the first image, it's basically going to be maybe that it helps with providing power for these little towers over here, which may increase the range that your drones can farm at and everything. One last thing just before I forget is these like vertical, like agricultural, like technique basically, which is being employed in today's age and is a very effective way of farming where you don't need dirt, you only need like containers for the seeds to be able to grow in, and then they'll basically they'll flourish and you'll be able to grow. And this is another form of efficient farming for, I would say, like a bigger tier building or these greenhouses basically. But there's still so much more to come, and I look forward to showing you all more in the future episodes. But otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day.